Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at Covalent, ticker CQT, against USDT. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Now, if you haven't seen the previous update, make sure you check it out. It's going to be linked in the top right-hand corner of your video. Watch that before watching this one so that you have more context. And I'm not going to be touching on everything that I talked about in the last video, because there's a lot to get into in this video as well. So jumping into the daily chart, we are on TradingView. We have this large pink symmetrical triangle playing out, and we can see that we have fallen from it, and now we're back testing the resistance point over here. And we got the bearish cross, obviously, November 9th. So that is bearish in itself, but right now we're above the 20 EMA, we're above the 55 EMA, we're having huge wicks to the upside. So there's buying pressure on this market, which is good. And as you can see, we had this little bottoming out section over here. So I did say, if you see any nice pullbacks, if you see any corrections whatsoever, you have to be getting into your altcoins, because these are perhaps the last couple of weeks that you get to buy them at a discount before we start our strong moves into December and January potentially. So yeah, right now, as you can see, we're hitting this pink trend line and we're hitting this other pink trend line as well. And both of them are going to be acting as resistances from now on, because we've lost them as support and now we're back testing them as resistance. Well, in fact, this upper pink trend line was always a resistance for us, so we haven't even broken through it and back tested as support above it. Hopefully that will happen relatively soon. Also, we are holding the 0.236 at the minute on the Fibonacci retracement, which is good. And as you can see, this $1.05 is a nice support level that you want to keep an eye on. So we potentially can come back down to the 20 EMA. And the 20 EMA currently is around about $1.05. And if we manage to have another pullback on Bitcoin and we start coming back down to the lower 50Ks, then I would imagine we would either bounce off the 0.236 on this Fib retracement, which is sitting at $1.02, or we come back down into this section once again and, just bounce off of this level and create a double bottom, or we bounce off this upper level over here, because that is a resistance point. So, I mean, it was a resistance point previously, so now it's a support level. And yeah, that's what I think. Obviously, if we start losing this low, that would be bearish. This is the low that we printed in at the end of September. But what we've done essentially is we created a higher low, which is great. So you have your low and you have a higher low. But at the same time, you're making a high, you're having a lower high, another lower high. And you got the price really coiled up and it broke down, and now it wants to break up once again. I do see some strong resistance at the golden ratio over here. $1.47 would be your nice level to take profits if you're looking to take profits. If you're not looking to hold this long term, obviously. If you're holding this long term, then we do have a target at $3.87 at the 1.618 Fibonacci retracement. Above that, we do have the second fib over here at $5.57. But I do think we're going to get there only if the bull market gets a bit overextended into quarter two of 2022. But, we can't speak on that yet because nothing has happened. We don't know if we're going to get a blow off top, or we're going to get, a mid correction and another move into, spring of 2022. Nobody knows. So you have to react as the markets, continue. And you have to adapt, and you have to be ready for both outcomes. You either come back down or you either break up, and you have to have your sell orders ready and your, take profit zones and your targets basically. So yeah, and like I said, we want to break this horizontal resistance. Usually after breaking any horizontal, you start pumping crazy, and sometimes harder than other times, but I do see us getting rejected perhaps from this golden ratio and then coming back on this pink line, back testing it as support, creating this sort of ascending triangle, and then you have another breakout to $1.73. That would obviously be the perfect scenario, and it doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. It can happen, but we have a couple of strong resistance levels before us. And like I said, the golden ratio, $1.48, that's something that you can get rejected from because you've done it multiple times. Look at this area over here. You've got rejected from the golden ratio a lot of times. And, that's why I say you can potentially get rejected from there as well. So you can sell here and buy back in at the 0.5 like this. You sell here, buy back here at the 0.5. Not guaranteeing that you're going to come back to the 0.5, but if this is a long-term hold for you, I wouldn't recommend selling right now, only when you feel like it has reached your targets and you're good to go. Okay, and now jumping into the daily RSI. So I did give you this, you were in a symmetrical triangle as well. Obviously, you broke down into the oversold, and I always say if you're in the oversold, this is the best time to be entering a project. So as you can see, you had a strong move to the upside, and you had a back test of support of this green trend line. And I did, tell you in the previous videos that, you have to draw this out for yourself so you can see this chart anytime you open it up. So you don't have to come to my video per se. You should have this on your chart so you can know where to sell and where to buy and to react quickly. So you can see that over here we got rejected from this trend line, and I did give you this trend line like, I don't know, a couple of months ago. And as you can see, it has been adhering to it very nicely, and we got rejected from it. So this could have been your nice selling point, and you were overbought on, the 4-hourly charts. We're going to jump into those in a bit. But you can see that this was your nice area to take profits. And now potentially what you're going to do is you're going to come back down to this green trend line that we have over here. And this green trend line has been, a nice support trend line because a bounce here, another bounce here. Now we broke up. We need a back test of support essentially. That's what I'm looking at. So you can either start buying in right now if you sold at this resistance point on the RSI, and you can start buying in right now, or you can wait for a further pullback. But like I said, no one can guarantee a pullback, nor can anyone guarantee a move to the upside. Yeah, so I did say we're going to Binance, but actually we're going to KuCoin because it's not listed on Binance yet. So as you can see, we had a nice little pump over here. We had a nice pump on CQT. People have been complaining to me about this coin, saying that they just want this to dump so that they won't be worried about it anymore. But we've actually done quite nicely over here. Nice appreciation from here of around about 38%. So nice pump indeed. And we do have the fib set up from the swing low over here to the swing high over here. And we do have the golden ratio at $1.12. Right now, we've opened 2 candles below this level, so I think it's safe to say that we're coming back to the 0.5 over here, and we're coming back to back test the 20 EMA as support. So $1.07.5 would be a nice entry point at the minute. I wouldn't know if we're coming back lower, but if you see us losing the 20 EMA, I would put some buy orders at the 55 EMA. The 55 EMA is your best friend at the minute. And you can see that the 100 EMA is waiting for it to be crossed by the 55 EMA. So you can potentially even look at the 100 EMA as well as a nice support level, because as you can see, we've been hitting the 100 EMA as resistance for quite a while right now. And we can come back and back test it as support if we manage to lose the 20 EMA, only in that case. But right now on the 4-hourly chart, we're looking pretty good in my opinion. As you can see on the stochastic, we've been overextended over here, and like I said, bring out the stochastic RSI, look at these levels. When you get overextended, sell, buy back in when you're oversold, and this is when you're going to be oversold down here below the index of 20. So potentially you could wait a bit more, you can come back down here, and I think this would co-align with the bounce off of the 20 EMA on the 4-hourly chart. Now jumping into the RSI over here very nicely, as you can see, we've been overbought as well. And let's see if this was actually a divergence of any kind. So over here we had a high, and then we had a higher high, but the RSI gave us a lower high. So that was a bearish divergence, and hence you're having this pullback on the RSI and on the price action, because when you make a higher high on the price action and you make a lower high on the RSI, that is called a bearish divergence. That is a divergence between the price action and the oscillator. And this is always a foreshadowing of a pullback. So, and we're potentially getting the bearish cross on the MACD if we do enter a downtrend. this will be a confirmation of that downtrend, but hopefully we can get an EMA squeeze where the moving average bounces off the signal line and we have another leg up, hopefully. So yeah, like I said, it's doing pretty good right now. If we have any further pullbacks on Bitcoin, obviously we're going to get dragged down with it, and just look for nice buying orders. Potentially look for this 85-cent buying opportunity over here if we manage to come back down in a real deep correction. So this would be a nice double bottom pattern, but you know, that's just me guessing at this point. So thank you for watching, guys. Make sure to let me know if I missed out anything in the charts. Do check me out on Twitter. We do have a Discord server as well as a Telegram chat. A lot of exciting stuff is going on in those both chats. So in the Telegram chat, we're basically chatting and sharing great projects, helping out everyone who needs help. And in the Discord server, we do have a news section, a technical analysis section where you can request us to take a look at some of your favorite projects. Also, guys, make sure to check out ExpressVPN. I do have a special deal for you where you can get 3 extra months for free. So ExpressVPN is the best VPN we have here in the space, and especially for us in the crypto space, it is very important to keep our data safe and encrypted, and the governments and your local network providers will not be able to track down your data if you're using a VPN, so it secures your network. So sign up for 12 months of unlimited access to ExpressVPN and our ultra-fast global network, and you'll get 3 extra months for free. So you can get your money back within a 30-day range with no problems. If you don't like something, they have 24/7 customer support, and you can enjoy unrestricted access worldwide. So ExpressVPN defeats content restrictions and censorship to deliver unlimited access to video, music, social media, and more from anywhere in the world. So we know that Netflix does this all the time, and all the other streaming platforms, region block content to certain countries, and this is a great way to get through that. So you're going to stay secure and anonymous online. So it hides your IP address, and you can basically switch your IP address to an IP address in Japan or in the Netherlands, wherever you want. They have more than 3,000 servers in 94 countries. So you can get ExpressVPN on all your devices, your MacBook, your laptop, whatever it is, your phone, console, router. You can get it all installed on all of those. So yeah, the links are going to be in the description, guys. Obviously, if you use them, it's going to support me as well, but I really do think this is a great product, and I do think we can all benefit from it. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.